Again, I'd like to say good evening and thank you so very much for coming to this festive and wonderful event for the Newport News Public Schools retirees. Before I say anything else, please let's lead with giving them a big, big round of applause. On behalf of the Newport News School Board, we thank you so very, very much, but that's just really a small thank you to all of our retirees. The bigger thank you really comes from the children of the city of Newport News. And we thank you so very much for caring, for your purpose, for your commitment, for making a difference in the life of a child. Regardless of what realm that you served children in, we thank you. Whether if you were administrator, teacher, teacher assistant, bus driver, custodian, no matter what you did, you played a major, major part. You played a major or significant part in making a difference in the life of children. So there's two concepts that we want to connect with you at this time. The first concept is, again, we thank you so very much for what you've done for children. There's a concept about what's called 212 degrees. It's a pretty remarkable, phenomenal concept. And 212 degrees pretty much goes like this. Water is hot at 211 degrees. It boils at 212 degrees. That 1 degree represents just 1 inch of making a difference. Well, we know that as you have worked with children, committed to children, there were many times that you went above and did that extra thing to make a difference in the life of children. So we thank you so very, very much for doing that. And again, that comes from our children. We just really, really thank you for that. I think the last thing that we pretty much would like to say and share with you is thank you for serving children, but thank you for the purpose. See, Rick Warren writes a book called The Purpose-Driven Life, and he talks consistently and constantly about one fulfilling their purpose. Well, you have fulfilled your purpose. Children and us are very thankful to you for doing that. And now what we want you to do is go on and whatever you do, enjoy your retirement. Enjoy because you've made a difference in the life of children. So once again, on behalf of the Newport News School Board, but more importantly, on behalf of the children, we thank you so very much. God's blessings to you, and please, please enjoy your retirement. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Ashby Kilgore.
Thank you, Mr. Ashby. And I just, it's a big night for everybody in here. I think that what I feel tonight is probably a little different from what you feel. You're excited. I feel a little bit bittersweet about I know it's a wonderful moment for you, but I think you think about what's in this room in terms of experience and wisdom and stories about Newport News and how we do things in Newport News. And when you leave, a lot of that knowledge leaves with you. So make sure you leave a notebook somewhere to tell people, here's what I know, and here's what I don't want people to forget about the job that I do, and here's what really made a big difference, because you have each, as Mr. Ashby said, made a big difference in Newport News Public Schools. I've been here only 17 years, and I've gotten to know many of you all and know the contributions that you've made and also the sacrifices that you made to go to that 212 degrees. You all, the hours that you spend after school, the hours that you get up early in the morning, you worry about it at nighttime, all of those, this is a job that really becomes a part of the fabric of your life and not just kind of a sideline activity. So I really thank you, number one, for choosing education as your profession, and really more, it is a calling for all of us. And I appreciate your answering that calling and wanting to be a part of the profession that we care about. You think about the collective work in this room, you've taught kids to be smarter. That's the main thing that we all did, is because of us, kids get smarter and smarter because of the work that you do. You've helped them plan a future, and you've helped them move on to futures they would not have had without you all. You've made sure that they get to school on time every day, they get home safe every evening. You made sure when they're at school they have nice meals to eat and people to take care of them and speak kindly to them. And you make sure that they are safe and that they're secure and that their learning environment is clean and pretty and a place that you want to get up and come to every day. So think about what we've all done, everybody in this room together, to make this a beautiful place to be a young person and to go to school in Newport News. I also think about all the recognitions that we've won over the time that you have worked with us. And somebody in these seats was responsible for each one of those recognitions. And you either wrote the application, or you helped write it, or you pushed somebody else to do something outstanding that they might not have done without your voice and without your push. And this school system would not be as good for young people and as good for this community without your example and without your enthusiasm for the work. Now, when I went around and spoke to you all, I noticed a lot of enthusiasm for leaving the work tonight. And so I think there is a lot of excitement in the room, and I think you certainly do deserve to enjoy every moment that's going to come for you and your family and grandkids and all the going in the van and the traveling and I just send us a postcard so the other half knows what's happening, and I think that would be a nice gesture to us. And also know that you're welcome to come back to Newport News. We have substitutes, we have volunteers. Don't go away completely, because this is a big part of your life. And hopefully we're a big part of your life. And I know you want to get away a little while, but then come back and do some neat things with kids, because they always need one more great grown-up in their life. There are a lot of people here tonight that came to say congratulations to you, as well as those of us in the school division. I want to start with our school board members, and I'm going to introduce them. First, you've met our school board chair, Carlton Ashby. We have our school board member, Dee Johnston, and school board member Priscilla Burnett, school board member Teddy Hicks, and school board member Shelley Simons. Also with us tonight from our city council is Councilwoman Sharon Scott. And from our state legislature, we have Delegate Mamie Baycoat, Senator John Miller, and from our city council, we have Rob Coleman. So we thank you all for coming to share this night of recognition and night to honor people who've given long and important service to Newport News Public Schools. I again, as just personally, want to thank you so much for what you do and the spirit that you brought, and know that you will leave a vacuum. And there's a lot of good people left, and we'll try to fill that vacuum. But just know that we will miss you a great deal. But you deserve a lot of fun and an epic retirement, really. So congratulations. At this time, I'd like to introduce Kathy Alexander. And she's our Director of Child Nutrition Services, and she's going to provide our invocation, and then we'll have our dinner. Thank you, Kathy.
Good evening. I'm honored to join you tonight to honor and celebrate the dedicated service each of you have given to Newport News Public Schools. Congratulations to each of you on your retirement. Please join me in the invocation. Lord, bless our honorees this evening as we thank them for their dedicated service to our school division. May their contributions to our students continue to be felt by many for years to come. Bless the new path they take. Bless their future endeavors with success. May their new direction bring them great pleasure and deep satisfaction. Bless their bodies with health and their souls with joy. Lord, bless the food and this gathering to recognize and honor our retiring colleagues. May we all be strengthened and uplifted in your honor. Amen.
Good evening. I am Frank Lebrecht. I'm the Executive Director of Human Resources and Transportation. And joining me is Stephanie Hotz, the Human Resource Supervisor. First, I'd like to recognize Delegate David Yancey. He joined us a little bit late this evening. Thank you. Also, let's give a round of applause for the Woodside High School Chamber Orchestra. under the direction of Ms. Sheila Downs. Thank you. It is a distinct pleasure and honor to join you this evening as we recognize your service to education. The traditional meaning of retirement is constantly being redefined by our recent retirees. It can be a new journey full of opportunities. It could provide new and exciting challenges. In short, a new adventure. One I am sure all of you are ready to begin. Recently tonight, from several of you, I've heard, and I do hear this often with retirees that visit, that they say, "I don't know how I ever found time to work." And they are serious. Before we recognize each of you for devoting so much of your lives to public education, I want to once again thank you for helping this school division educate thousands of people in our city. You have provided our students with the tools that they will need to be successful in the future. Believe it or not, your hard work and dedication equates to over 1,458 years of service. I think that's amazing. That's a lot of years. In recognition of your dedicated service to Newport News Public Schools, each of you will be presented with a special plaque. The plaque reads, "Upon your retirement, Newport News Public Schools presents this certificate and wishes to express its sincere thanks and gratitude for your years of dedicated service. Your wisdom and commitment to excellence have inspired all of us and will be remembered for many years to come. We wish you good health, happiness, and continued success in your retirement." To the retiree class of 2012-2013, we salute each of you for your contribution to our school district. Our school division has certainly benefited from your dedicated and loyal service. At this time, I invite the school board members and special guests to join Dr. Kilgore in forming a receiving line to recognize and thank this year's retirees. So, Mr. Hicks. Honorees, as we announce your name, please come forward and begin with Mr. Hicks, who's standing right here in front of me, and continue down the line to Dr. Kilgore. So just one more time, as we announce your name, please come forward, and you can begin with Mr. Hicks right here. Move right on down the line to where Dr. Kilgore is to my left. You're right. Friends and family members of our honorees are welcome to take photos at this time as well. This year, we offered recipients the opportunity to share their favorite Newport News memories with us. We will read the favorite memories of those that did share as we announce their name. Now it is with great pleasure that I present this year's retirees. Our first honoree is Charlene Abel. Miss Abel is retiring as a teacher at Enterprise Academy with 21 years and 2 months of service. Miss Abel's favorite memory of Newport News Public Schools is all the wonderful students she had the honor to teach and their families that she came to know. She also cherishes the friendships she developed with co-workers and colleagues over the years. Miss Abel? Marva Alexander. Miss Alexander is retiring as a teacher at Huntington Middle School with 6 years and 4 months of service. Judith Arnston. Ms. Arnston is retiring as a teacher at Gildersleeve Middle School with 22 years and 5 months of service. Ms. Arnston. Deborah Artis. Ms. Artis is retiring as a custodian at Gatewood Peep with 14 years of service. Ms. Artis. Annie Baycoat. Ms. Baycoat is retiring as a teacher at Magruder Elementary School with 33 years and 5 months of service. Ms. Baycoat. Sylvia Balmer. Ms. Balmer is retiring as a teacher at Achievable Dream Academy with 33 years and 8 months of service. Her favorite Newport News public school memory is her school's slogan, "Teamwork makes the dream work." She feels that her dream has been accomplished by working with young children and feeling confident that she has truly made a difference in their lives. Ms. Balmer. Brenda Bainham. Ms. Bainham is retiring as a special education teacher at McIntosh Elementary School with 11 years of service. Her favorite NNPS memories are the day Mary Ann Hutchinson offered her a job at McIntosh. And the day she received confirmation of passing national boards and her students saying, "I love you, Ms. Bainham." Roberta Beverly. Ms. Beverly is retiring as a custodian at Dutro Elementary School with 5 years of service. Ms. Beverly. Mary Bonner. Mary Bonner is retiring as an instructional assistant for Denby Early Childhood with 23 years of service. Ms. Bonner. Lisa Boone. Ms. Boone is retiring as a teacher at Enterprise Academy with 34 years of service. Ms. Boone. James Bryant. Mr. Bryant is retiring as a supervisor in transportation with 18 years and 11 months of service. Mr. Bryant, this is his second retirement. He also retired from the United States Army as Lieutenant Colonel, and he was with the Transportation Corps, which made him a perfect fit for transportation. Now, I've worked with Mr. Bryant for a long time, so I'm going to take the privilege of being at the podium to deviate a little bit. This book is a book that Mr. Bryant loaned me a long time ago. It has coffee stains and everything else, and I've been looking all over the internet to try to find a new book for him, but I figured I'd give this book to him today before he leaves. Deborah Campbell. Ms. Campbell's retiring as a teacher at Huntington Middle School with 31 years of service. Ms. Campbell. Christine Kane. Ms. Kane is retiring as a teacher at Carver Elementary School with 28 years and 3 months of service. Ms. Kane. Ms. Angela Carmian. Ms. Carmian is retiring as a bus assistant for transportation with 28 years and 3 months of service. Ms. Carmian was a bus driver for 24 years and then became an assistant 4 years ago. Ms. Carmian. Charlotte Colbert. Ms. Colbert is retiring as an executive assistant for the superintendent and community relations with 17 years and 9 months of service. Ms. Colbert. Diane Copeland. Ms. Copeland is retiring as a Secretary 1 at Passage Middle School with 39 years of service. Ms. Copeland. Kathy Donovan. Kathy Donovan is retiring as a teacher at Saunders Elementary School with 30 years of service. All 30 years of service were spent at Saunders and teaching 3rd grade. Her many years there showed her what a family unit was really like. She says she was so fortunate to have staff members who lifted her up when times were challenging and who shared in the joy when times were bright. Ms. Donovan. Geraldine Drain. Ms. Drain is retiring as an instructional assistant 3 at Woodside High School with 15 years of service. Ms. Drain's favorite NNPS memory is it was nice to have a chance to work directly with students. Ms. Drain. Maurice Ely. Ms. Ely is retiring as a child nutrition employee at Gildersleeve Middle School with 12 years and 9 months of service. Ms. Ely. Thomas Giles. Mr. Giles is retiring as a master driver for transportation with 16 years and 7 months of service. Mr. Giles. Nushin High Priest, is retiring as a teacher at Lee Hall Elementary School with 16 years and 4 months of service. Ms. High Priest. Diana Hay. Ms. Hay is retiring as an instructional technology coach at Dozier Middle School with 33 years and 5 months of service. Ms. Hay. Gail Hall. Ms. Hall is retiring as a bus driver for transportation with 13 years and 7 months of service. Ms. Hall's favorite NNPS memory took place in September of 2004 when she had the honor of joining the Special Needs Department of Drivers. She said that she had no idea the special place the students would take in her heart. She will never forget all of her special riders. Ms. Hall. Young Hammersley. Ms. Hammersley is retiring as a child nutrition employee at Palmer Elementary School with 13 years and 7 months of service. Ms. Hammersley. Rose Hampton. Ms. Hampton is retiring as an interventionist at McIntosh Elementary School with 26 years of service. Ms. Hampton said every moment spent educating young minds is a precious moment for her. Ms. Hampton. Edwin Hancock. Ms. Hancock is retiring as a Painter 1 in Plant Services, or Mr. Hancock is retiring as a Painter 1 in Plant Services with 35 years and 6 months of service. Mr. Hancock. Mary Herbin. Ms. Herbin is retiring as a child nutritionist employee at Hines Middle School with 40 years and 1 month of service. Ms. Herbin. Barbara Hill. Ms. Hill is retiring as an instructional assistant 4 at Sedgefield Elementary School with 20 years and 4 months of service. Ms. Hill. Albert Hollis. Mr. Hollis is retiring as a custodian at Woodside High School with 7 years and 9 months of service. Mr. Hollis. Dana L. Holmes, Sr. Mr. Holmes is retiring as a lead school security officer at Woodside High School for 17 years and 1 month of service. Mr. Holmes.
Barbara Jenkins. Ms. Jenkins is retiring as a principal at McIntosh Elementary School with 10 years and 6 months of service. Ms. Jenkins. Annette Jones. Ms. Jones is retiring as a bus assistant for transportation with 14 years of service. Ms. Jones. Gwendolyn Jones. Ms. Jones is retiring as an instructional assistant 4 at Marshall Early Childhood Center with 14 years and 5 months of service. Ms. Jones. Jacqueline Jones. Ms. Jones is retiring as an instructional assistant 4 at Marshall Early Childhood Center with 16 years of service. Ms. Jones is thankful to NNPS for giving her the opportunity to work at Magruder Early Childhood and John Marshall Early Childhood Center for the last 16 years. She will miss the staff and students for years to come. Ms. Jones. Hasty Jordan. Ms. Jordan is retiring as a bus driver for transportation with 6 years of service. Ms. Jordan. Wilhelmina Kelly. Ms. Kelly is retiring as a master driver for transportation with 14 years of service. Ms. Kelly. Rosalie Lane. Ms. Lane is retiring as a teacher at B.C. Charles Elementary School with 30 years of service. Ms. Lane. Kitty Lambiot. Ms. Lambiot is retiring as an assistant principal at Huntington Middle School with 29 years and 7 months of service in education. Ms. Lambiot was employed by Newport News Public Schools for 13 of her 29 years and 7 months. Ms. Lambiot. Shirley Little. Ms. Little is retiring as an instructional assistant 4 at Lee Hall Early Childhood Center with 9 years of service. Ms. Little. Loretta Lloyd. Ms. Lloyd is retiring as a teacher at Saunders Elementary School with 33 years of service. Ms. Lloyd. Sherry McGeorge. Ms. McGeorge is retiring as a cook, baker 2 at Achievable Dream Academy with 28 years and 4 months of service. Ms. McGeorge. Kimberly McHugh. Ms. McHugh is retiring as a teacher at Woodside High School with 30 years of service. Ms. McHugh's most notable moments are the closing of Ferguson High School and the construction and opening of Woodside High School. Ms. McHugh. Catherine Miller. Ms. Miller is retiring as a teacher at Saunders Elementary School with 26 years of service. Ms. Miller notes that her 26 years at Saunders have flown by and she has loved almost every minute of it. She has countless happy memories to look back on. Ms. Miller. Benjamin Moore, Jr. Mr. Moore is retiring as a teacher at Enterprise Academy with 31 years and 6 months of service. Mr. Moore. Deborah Morgan. Ms. Morgan is retiring as an instructional coach for First Step at Marshall Early Childhood Center, Lee Hall, and Denby Early Childhood Centers with 31 years and 9 months of service. Ms. Morgan acknowledges the outstanding students and teachers who have made her career as a teacher very rewarding. During her 37-year career, she had the honor of being named Teacher of the Year 3 times. Ms. Morgan. Elizabeth Noel. Ms. Noel is retiring as a teacher at Deer Park Elementary School with 8 years of service. Ms. Noel feels privileged to have helped special needs students throughout the years. She says that they have given her the opportunity to grow as a person, and she hopes she has given them life skills that they need. Mrs. Noel. Barbara Pope. Ms. Pope is retiring as an instructional assistant 4 at Epps Elementary School with 8 years and 3 months of service. Ms. Pope. Mickey Powell. Ms. Powell is retiring as a teacher at Hilton Elementary School with 30 years and 6 months of service. Ms. Powell. Martha Price. Ms. Price is retiring as a teacher at Newsom Park Elementary School with 28 years and 11 months of service. Ms. Price also taught for 1 year and 4 months in Milwaukee, Wisconsin public schools. Her favorite NNPS memory happened one evening when she met one of the first students she ever taught. She was happy to learn that he was successfully attending college. Ms. Price. Patricia Quinn. Ms. Quinn is retiring as a teacher at Woodside High School with 41 years of service. Ms. Quinn's favorite NNPS memory is all the wonderful students, Ms. Quinn, and obviously there's a couple sitting over there as well. Ulysses Robinson. Mr. Robinson is retiring as a school security officer with 23 years and 6 months of service. Mr. Robinson. Karen Shelton. Ms. Shelton is retiring as a guidance counselor at Lee Hall Elementary School with 38 years of service. Ms. Shelton notes that she was one of 30 Newport News teachers selected to pursue a master's in counseling at William & Mary. 2 years later, she received her master's degree and became one of the first elementary school counselors in Newport News Public Schools. Ms. Shelton. Martha Bridget Shoemate. Ms. Shoemate is retiring as a teacher at Washington Middle School with 21 years and 4 months of service. Ms. Shoemate. Brenda Spencer. Ms. Spencer is retiring as a teacher at Sanford Elementary School with 3 years of service. Ms. Spencer. Cynthia Spriggs. Ms. Spriggs is retiring as a teacher at Epps Elementary School with 32 years and 3 months of service. Ms. Spriggs. Sarah Sprouse. Ms. Sprouse is retiring as a teacher at Denby High School with 15 years of service. Ms. Sprouse. Sonia Terrell. Ms. Terrell is retiring as an instructional assistant 4 at Denby Early Childhood Center with 5 years of service. Ms. Terrell says she has worked with the best principal on planet Earth. Ms. Terrell. Jacqueline Tyson. Ms. Tyson is retiring as a cook, Baker 2, at Hines Middle School with 6 years and 10 months of service. Ms. Tyson. Minu Vahib. Ms. Vahib is retiring as a child nutrition employee at Gildersleeve Middle School with 13 years and 4 months of service. Ms. Vahib. Florine Walker. Ms. Walker is retiring as an instructional assistant at Woodside High School with 6 years and 6 months of service. Ms. Walker's favorite memory is having a student say that he was having a good day because he chose to have a good day, which is what she has said to students every day. It felt good to know her positive speaking had influenced this student. Ms. Walker. Aberline White. Ms. White is retiring as a teacher at Gildersleeve Middle School with 36 years and 4 months of service. She has been teaching at Gildersleeve since the school opened in 1989, and she had the honor of meeting Ms. Ethel Gildersleeve. Ms. White. Is she here? Cecilia White. Ms. White is retiring as an Administrative Secretary 2 at Huntington Middle School with 37 years and 6 months of service. Ms. White. I think I got excited about the planet Earth earlier, and I skipped over Ms. Janice Talati. Ms. Talati is retiring as a teacher at Mitchell High School with 19 years of service. Ms. Talati. Sorry. Nelson Williams, Jr. Mr. Williams is retiring as a school security officer at Warwick High School with 7 years of service. Mr. Williams. Donna Wright. Ms. Wright is retiring as an instructional assistant 4 at Newsom Park Elementary with 24 years of service. Ms. Wright. Constance Zolzinski. Ms. Zolzinski is retiring as a teacher at Woodside High School with 13 years and 7 months of service. Her nearly 14 years of teaching were at Woodside High School, where she truly felt like she was part of a family. During her final year, as she dealt with difficult medical situations, everyone rallied to support her. She appreciated the love and the caring. Ms. Zolzinski.
We have done our best to be accurate, but we do want to ensure that we have recognized all of the retirees present. Is there anyone present whose name has not been called? All right, well, thank you very much. I think that the, there is?
Mr. Byerson is a retiree from a couple of years ago that wasn't able to join us at the retirement dinner at that point, so Mr. Byerson is here, school security officer. If he wants to come up and be recognized, that would be great.
All right, I'd like to thank the receiving line for being here tonight to help honor the retirees. Each of you has our deepest appreciation for your commitment and service to Newport News Public Schools. We wish each of you the very best. On behalf of the school board and staff, we salute you, the retiree class of 2012-2013, for the years of service you have rendered on behalf of education in Newport News Public Schools. Thank you. I also would like to take a moment to recognize some of the folks that helped make this a successful evening. Is Commander Wilson still here? Thank you. Commander Wilson and his ROTC cadets from Woodside High School have been very helpful tonight, so thank you very much for volunteering to come here tonight and help us out. We appreciate it. Warwick High School, Warwick High School. That's because I put an abbreviation. My apologies. We also, Mr. Ray Price and his crew, the telecom students are here. They have been recording this evening, and we appreciate their time and effort for being here this evening. Thank you very much. I want to give a special thanks to the Human Resources staff for their efforts in putting this event together. Thank you very much. And for all of the retirees, best wishes for the next phase in your life, and good night.